Howdy there, YouTube. Welcome to the first episode of my new Monster Train series, Easy Expert Challenges. I'm JC Locke, and for the last month or so, I've been holed up in the hospital with a health condition. I'll spare you the gory details, but I spent the majority of my time either playing Monster Train or watching much of the current and back content of the more well known streamers Rising Dusk, Gabriot, Voyix Cranberry, and Never Nathaniel primarily. And all the content I've consumed during this hospital stay and the months before when I started playing Monster Train. I noticed that there was one particular piece of content missing, one that I actually myself went looking for about 4 months ago. Having finally reached Covenant 25, I couldn't wait to get my hands on that Rainbow Mastery card frame that required divine victories on all expert challenges. I wanted to know how to optimize my chances of beating the challenge by front loading as many advantages as possible into Ring 1 by re-rolling until I had exactly what I wanted, like speedrunners do. That, in a nutshell, is what this series is. If you're here watching, I would guess that you are likely in a similar boat and want to get your hands on that sweet card frame. Or perhaps you're a more experienced player who has just one or two more left to do and wants to see how a more scrubby player like myself managed to beat them by front loading. Or perhaps you have 5,000 hours into this game and just want to see you if you can out high roll me on my own seeds, which of course I will post with every upload. I am not here to tell you how to watch YouTube. You are all welcome here. For the first dozen or so uploads, these are expert challenge runs I played in the hospital and saved. I even remember one or two of them through the haze of IV drugs, chemotherapy, and hourly wake-ups for vital checks. I am replaying them now that I am home with decent internet access and don't have to do the reroll process over and over again. For purposes of explanation and education into why I chose the setup I did in the beginning. To that end, all seed names will be available on each episode for you to do with what you will. Run them to learn the build better, experiment and take different paths based on the same setup. Whatever you want, I am not here to tell you how to play Monster Train. This video came a little bit earlier than I wanted because I got home from the hospital about 18 hours ago and I got up to play some Monster Train only to find out that this seed, the very seed I was planning on using for the foundation of this new series, made it to the front page and a whole bunch of people were playing it. So I felt a particular pressure to get this out as fast as I could before somebody else, posted a video of my own seed before I managed to get my series even off the ground. So, on that note, I am still in the recovery process, and I know that my voice is very shaky because of that. I apologize and will do my best, and sometime in the future, will likely re-record this video once I'm fully healed and remaster it for extenuating purposes. There are a couple final notes. I play on the Switch, which is definitely much laggier than the PC, especially when Legion of Wax shows up. The controls are a bit different too, and misclicking is a lot easier. So please don't be surprised if I have to restart like a scrub because I accidentally hit the Y button instead of the A button, a pain I'm sure my fellow Switch players know very well. But in the end, it's all the same game, just sadly without mod access or achievements. Secondly, I am not a professional streamer and have no desire to be. I'm here rocking a gaming headset for my microphone and doing my best not to hiss into the mic and keep my tongue clicking under control. My voice is still very, very much in recovery, so please bear with me as I progress through that part of the healing process. With that out of the way, on to the content. The build itself is what I've come to call Solo Fade. It utilizes Exile, Remnant, and Awoken. I take no credit for any of the builds used in this series. They are simply front-loaded optimizations of existing archetypes. This one of the singular Little Icarus build from Little Fade. I will go into specifics during the actual gameplay portion, but the basics of the deck are easy to learn and even easier to misplay. I cannot tell you the number of times I have accidentally given her Endless and wrecked my run, so thanks for that, Malika. There are 4 objectives to the deck. Number 1. Kill dudes with Little Icarus to get him spikes and attack power. Mostly just kill dudes with spikes. Number 2. Have a way to consistently kill her. Number 3. Have a way to consistently reform her. And finally, eliminate every card in your deck that does not perform one of these 2 functions is a free root seeds before you face Seraph. This particular build was chosen to be showcased for my first video because it is the build that I personally use to defeat 11 of the expert challenges. The particular strength of this build comes from its ability to either completely ignore the disadvantages of the challenge or turn them into advantages. In the context of Evil Eye specifically, it ignores Heartless because we're trying to kill off Little Licorice, not heal her. It turns permadeath into an advantage, letting us purge all 4 train stewards on Ring 1 and be the last woman on the train for the remainder. That means that Primitive Mold pulls exactly the specific unit I want every time, practically solving Objective 3 right from the start. That is a huge advantage for the build. So, for Solo Fade, this expert challenge is nothing but upside. Except, you know, the googly eyes. But hey, maybe you're into that. I am not here to tell you how to view video game aesthetics. In your case, 100% upside. So, let's get into the run now and see what I spent about 9 minutes re-rolling in order to put together. In our re-rolls, we are looking for 3 things. First is Crushing Demise. This is our plan for killing Little Fade so we can reform her. And this is our best chance of survival on Ring 1. Second thing we are looking for in our horde is Petrified Crucible. This double spikes damage, which accelerates her progression greatly and allows us to be a lot safer on the run. And then finally, Little Licorice herself. I'll look at the map and talk a little bit more about what we can expect in a moment, but I want to focus on Ring 1 now because that's where most Solo Fade runs end. And that is why under no circumstances do you click whatever is sitting here, because that is just a 6-lane paved highway to the Shadow Realm. We're in luck here. We love seeing Mark of Invasion. It makes Ring 1 go much smoother, and I'll show you why. Rather than trying to reform train stewards in order to kill off these Forged Disciples, we get to start making kills immediately at the exchange of Pyre health. So we're going to play Little Fade here. I'm going to use the permadeath modifier to permanently purge train steward down here. Draw me a card. Advance Little Fade, take some damage, and we're rolling along. Alright. I'm going to send the train steward to his inevitable death downstairs. I only have the 1 reform, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Crushing Demise here to either save some Pyre damage or hopefully get some money, but I'm not real good at 20% chances, so let's find out. Nope. Alright, we get 2 more kills here. 1 more Pyre damage, and we lose out on money, but money will not be our concern this run. Send down another train steward. At this point, we have to do some math. Fade is doing 14 spikes damage plus 18 to the face for 32, which means we can't do anything about her, the Forged Disciple, so we're just going to have to let her go. So instead, we're going to come down here for the kill on the 5-1. Alright, we don't have any way of reforming Fade here, so what we're going to do is we're just going to... Oh, she's going to burn out anyway. We're good. We're just going to play our cards. Unfortunately, I don't see any means of getting this train steward killed immediately. But what we can do is play him mid, and he should die when the boss arrives. Alright, Fade burns out. A little more Pyre damage, perfectly acceptable. Alright, we have the reform. I'll go ahead and Crushing Demise just to get the train steward out of the way and get him permanently dead. And now, we should have enough to kill this boss. Little googly-eyed Frank over here. All right. Things are going well. None of these cards help us complete our mission, so we skip. And the same is true for these. Let's now take a quick look at the map and see what we have. No, that's not the map. And see what we have coming up to contend with. Merchants of Steel do absolutely nothing for us. And until we are perfectly consistent, we want to slam every Merchant of Magic we can until we find the holdover for Crushing Demise. Let's see. Talos is our first boss. She is the knockback Talos. She's a free win. I don't care about knockback when I'm the only person on the train. Looking good there. Our next is, Archus Darkness. The only thing that concerns me here is we are going to be killing Fade in front of him. So I expect to take on 2 or 3 Scourges maybe. We'll have to plan around that. But otherwise, you know, don't do anything stupid like incant on an incant shard, and we should be fine. And then Seraph the Diligent, which is actually going to be a kind of a unique fight for this build. We plan on rolling up on Seraph with a deck size of around, I'd say, 16 to 17 cards. And what we're going to do is we are going to feed her 1 card at a time until by the end of the fight, our deck is in single digits and we have literally only the cards we need to fuel the engine. So that's actually going to go really well for us. Now that we've cleared Ring 1, the next challenge, we have to take our shards wherever we can find them. Because in order to hit 100, especially in this one, because we don't have the benefit of fusing 2 stewards for 25 together, we're going to hit temples that we can't use because we're not running any kind of damage spells in our deck. So we are going to have to be very, very studious about where we can take these opportunities and take them whenever we can get. Fortunately, because of our artifacts and the fact that our spikes are doing double damage, we can stay ahead of any shards we get. We just need to absolutely make sure we have 100 by the time we reach Seraph. I have failed this so many times, and I don't want you to experience the same frustration. All right, take a look at the 1 minute. Steel Singer. Ah, man, any other run. Sell them off. Let's take a look at the Divine Temple, see if we can take any shards. We can take 15 here. I don't actually like Spell Chain for any of our engine, but what we can do is we can slap it on one of these spells that we intend to get rid of. And I know it's probably strange to say we're getting rid of Dripfall, but there's a very good reason for that. Dripfall in this run has the 4-letter D word, dazed. Enemies who are dazed will not ram their face on your spikes, and they most likely will not die. So we want to pick up nothing with the D word this run. All right, 15 shards in. Let's see what the magic shop has for us. Double stack. Absolutely not. Let's go ahead and -1 our Crushing Demise, because we are going to hold it over eventually. Rerolls, see what we get. Remove Consume does nothing for us, so start making free root seeds and move on. Spikes 3. Guess who doesn't care about spikes? Someone who's never actually going to take a swing. This is free money. All right, this is actually a really good test of our scaling right now to see if we can actually kill the entire front line here yet. Nope, close but not quite. Not on turn 1 anyway, not without a kill and reform. So what we're going to do is, actually, we want Little Faye to die, so we're not going to give her +3 health here because that would let her live. Instead, we're just going to draw some cards and let this floor go up. All right, we have a kill and a reform. So let us reform. Let's kill and get some money. Reform again. And now we should have enough to clear second floor. Fade lives again, but that's fine. Here, I think I'd rather draw a card than I would clear the Scourge, so... So what's the plan here? I don't have enough damage to kill that, but I can kill 2 of the 3, and that's not bad. So what I think we're going to do here... 3, 4... Nope. If I Drip Fall the Forged Disciple, Fade is only going to take 3 damage from spikes, plus 1 damage here, and it's not going to die. So we're not going to try anything fancy here. We're just going to draw a card, purge a Scourge, and let things happen naturally. Alright. What I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to let him go and just focus on the boss here. Boss isn't dead yet, so we're going to buy us a turn on the pyre. Let's go ahead and descend him. Draw a card. We'll get 2 more kills here, and then we should easily take boss on mid. I guess I could come up here and kill him out of spite, but I really see no point. I'm not going to get credit for the kill if I do that. Alright, another ring down. More money. I'm going to take the molded here because it gives us 1 more draw into our reforms and makes us just a little bit more consistent. It fits with our mission. And none of this does. Alright, ring 3. We have a magic shop. We slam magic shop. We have 10 more shards we can take on. We sell off yet another rare awoken unit for 5 gold. See what's in the caverns. Dazed, no. Useless caverns for us, but I'm honestly happy with where we're at right now, so I'm not going to cry over it. Double stack. Again, this is starting to look familiar. Another free root seeds. Reroll. There she is. There's holdover. Alright. Our engine is a lot more consistent now. I think we go for yet another free root seeds here. And let's just completely laugh off Talos's futile efforts against us. Not a whole lot to do here. Just get started on bottom, draw some cards. We make the first kill at least. We did not draw into our crushing demise. So I think we'll play a little bit safe here. We can get 2 kills here. Let's just keep on mid. Let's see. 5 damage incoming, plus when you die, another 5, so 10. We can go ahead and give her a little bit of a boost. Draw some cards next turn. And we're good. Alright, how do I want to play this? I have 2 reforms and a crushing demise. Yeah, I still want to kill them. So let's do it on top. Kill. Reform again. How are we looking? Everybody dead? Everybody dead? Good. Draw some cards, and let's not take any chances that she doesn't die from this and just leave the Steel Enhancer. I don't feel like doing the math right now. Okay, only 1 reform. But we still want to hold over our crushing demise. So we're just going to play it on top for no value. Or hold over value, I guess. And we'll go ahead and buffer up a little bit more since she's not going to die regardless. Once again, only one reform, but here we go. This is where we actually crush and demise on the floor. We're going to lose 1 kill for it. Actually, no, why am I doing that? Zulfay's going to live, she's going to kill everything. So what we're going to do is we're once again just going to send the crushing demise. Buff up Fade some more. And can all you want, I got spikes. And let them kill themselves on my spikes. Alright, what's going on up top? We get both kills, so what we're going to do is we're going to come down here. Oh, no, I want to leave the tank alive. That's one more kill. We are going to... Yeah, we're going to send our crushing demise so that we have it next turn. We're just going to take our kills. Alright, so now we crushing demise. We're going to get rid of the tank, which I guess we could have done in the first place, but... Reform. Oh, yeah. Talos never had a chance. Hallowed Halls fills our mission on 2 objectives. It is both a kill and a reform. We snap pick this if we see it. Sell off all these units that we're never going to play, and take some draw, because that's literally the only thing we can use at this point. Maybe Ember, but now that we have a free held over crushing demise, there's no point. The only thing of value on this side is some money, which we're not, and some health, but we have no real need of either of that at the moment. But we got some purges here, and this actually is a kind of a really good ring for us. So let's do the easy stuff first. Sell off these fine awoken units. Pick up Little Licorice too. See if we can take on any shards. Oh, we can take on more shards. So, this is actually really, really good for us. So what we're going to do is some quick math. This is good for another 25. This gets us to 50. Guarantees 60. 5. Let's try this again. We take 50 here. 65 guaranteed here. 75 here. So we need to come up with another 25 in our temples, which is risky, but doable. But yes, this is an excellent temple for us because we can actually pick up both of these. Let's see. Let's put the Purge Stone here. Spell Chain here. If we could count on a -2, this would be amazing, but we're here for consistency, not speculation. So we'll put it on the Drip Fall. So we're now up to 50 shards. We're halfway there. And now we purge both. All right, what's the artifact? I can use neither of these. This one has the D word, and this one, I don't have any units. So 25 gold. You take the lack of high rolls with the lack of low rolls, I guess. Okay, armor 15. Party boys, let's do a quick welfare check on Fade. At this point, she is doing 106 damage with spikes, which is enough, I believe, to kill anything in this fight. Here's the thing, though. What are we spending our money on? Is this a stupid risk? What we got coming up? So we are going to most likely skip here. We're going to want to take this Hell Vent, so we're not spending any money on this ring. We're probably going to want to hit the Emergent Magic here, so we'll spend a little bit of money on this ring. We have no need for this money, and I'm not going for score, so there's really no point in taking on this challenge. We'd probably be just fine, but I am not experienced enough to tell you that definitively, and so I won't. Oh, this is an excellent start. Play Little Fade bottom. Hallowed Halser. Root Seeds. We're going to get 2 kills and burn out. That couldn't have gone better. Alright, we do our kill and reform for money again. And progression, of course. Alright, we have 18 damage incoming. Steel Enhancer will let her survive. We don't want that, so just draw a card and move on. Had we taken the trial, I might actually just let that one go, but I think, well, no, I don't want to take on Scourges. So what we're going to do is we're going to play defense here. We are going to reform. We're going to kill mid so that we can stay bottom. And we are doing great. So let's plug everything into her and watch the floor die. I would like to Crushing Demise here, but I don't think it prudent, especially since we have kills coming up. So let's just hold over our Crushing Demise, do our Hallowed Halls, which deprives us of no kills but still gives us progression, draw, and slay. Okay, since there's nobody on the floor, we're safe to kill and reform here. And then do it again. And there we go with one of the misclicks on the switch. Well, we lost our progression, but it should still be fine. Please don't be scrubby like me and wait for the reform before you actually Hallowed Halls. Yeah, Party Boy's dead anyway, so it's not like I care. Moving along. Don't mind if I do. Another Hallowed Halls. Nothing here. Alright, as planned. I really wish I had had a chance to get those Hallowed Halls free before this hell event, but it is what it is. Take the money, that's easy. See what's in the temple, see if we can take on any more shards. We cannot. We do not have any cards that will let us take on magic power, so this one was a bust for us. We're still good, though. We just need to be mindful. Removals at this point. We are getting pretty lean. We don't have a whole lot left to remove. But at this point, Steel Enhancers, though really good in the opening hand, aren't really doing much to us to contribute to our mission now that we are up and running so well. So let's get rid of them. And we're already down to 17 cards. What I want to duplicate here is Crushing Demise so that we have a second chance to draw into it, and it will be really useful for us in the Divinity fight to have two. Moving along. This is free for us. We either kill or we don't at this point. There's not any artifacts that I would say are absolutely crucial to our run, but there's some that could make our life a little bit easier. I'm looking at Sinner's Scourge for one. Alright, play on bottom, draw cards. Alright, math time. We obviously cannot play both of our Hallowed Halls. So we obviously reform first. But I don't think we can actually play either of our Hallowed Halls if we're going to kill and reform. So we'll just do it like this. I am going to hold over one of the Crushing Demises. Gonna play Fade mid, and just Hallowed Halls are there. Alright. We missed the Collector. I mean, we could chance it, but I don't want to take the chance of killing the 14 power and not having Little Fade die. So We're just going to lose the collector. We have plenty of money. We're not spending it on anything. All right, we held over more crushing demise. Reform fade up here. Save ourselves the pyre damage. Reform mid. Draw a bunch of cards. Alright, we have plenty of reform here, I'm not concerned. So what I'm going to do here... Is there anything I want to Crushing Demise here? I think I might Crushing Demise down below, see if I can hit one of these tanks. So that we hold over our Crushing Demise. Oh, Fortune smiles. Alright, so now we've reformed top. Hallowed Halls, so no Ember Drain. And protect the pyre. Alright. I believe that if we... No, we're not going to get the kill in the tank. So what we're going to do here is just Hallowed Halls. No. I want to avoid Ember Drain, so we're going to Crushing Demise once. Then we're going to Hallowed Halls. And just draw some cards. Kill and reform. There's no way we can avoid the Ember Drain this time. That's going to have to be fine. This one got a little bit dicier than I expected. But nonetheless, kill. Come down, reform. Oh, this is a self-made harpy. She's not going to last one round against us. You came to the wrong neighborhood, harpy. I'm sorry about that, but Boon of the Blacksmith's not terrible. It's worth 25 to me, easily. Nothing here. Solves our mission. Now, this is interesting. Bramble Lash gives us two opportunities here. Bramble Lash on this build more than has the potential to two-shot Divinity or Seraph, but more importantly, this is a damage spell that I can put shards into. If one of those shards happens to be piercing, this becomes very, very good. If not, then I just put shards into it and I purge it. So this is definitely a very smart pickup for us here. Alright, we've purged everything we want to purge, so the only value over here is the caverns, but there's a Merchant of Magic over here, and free root seeds is always value. Money, health, hoard. Hello, Sinner Salve, and two artifacts that use the D word. This is a very, very easy choice. And now we don't even have to look at Archus twice. Wow, this run really wants me to have double stack, doesn't it? All right, now we're going to start plugging -1s into Hallowed Halls. Holdover. Do I want to hold over the a one-cost Hallowed Halls? That is tempting, but our deck's going to be so efficient in the end that I don't really know. It's just win more at this point. So let's save our money for trinket shops later, and let's just get them free Hallowed Halls down. Double check, make absolutely sure there's nothing else we want to purge. There's not. I don't know what Archus thinks he's going to do to us, but I look forward to finding out. So, I'm going to speculate a little bit here because I kind of want to stay on bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 50-50 shot at hitting this clipped guard. No, I want the guaranteed kill. We play smart. So what we do... Wait a minute. Even his shards have googly eyes? I don't know how I never saw that before. Obviously, you can tell I don't play with this modifier often. But holdover crushing demise, turn 1, definitely good luck for us. No, I'm not even getting the kill on the 9. I don't know what I was thinking here. I don't have enough health to survive the hit. So we're playing mid regardless, but I don't know, maybe. Incant armor and alright. So I think what we only have one reform here. That was an unlucky draw with both dead weights and the bramble lash. So we're just gonna kill him off and not worry about him. We're gonna plant ourselves back on bottom. And we are definitely going to take a Scourge for our trouble, but this should kill all 3. Or not. I am apparently bad at math back from the hospital. That's fine. We're getting our kills. We're maintaining our floors. We have center salve. Everything is fine. Wow, I'm starting to get a little concerned here. But all's well that ends okay. Reform. Kill. And go back bottom. Draw 9 cards next turn. Seems good. We hit into our other Hallowed Halls, and we do it again. Okay. I want to hold over the Crushing Demise, just in case. In the meantime, kill and reform. Kill and reform. Little Fate doesn't die here. Is this the Incant Shard? Yes, it is. So, at this point, I want to hold over the Crushing Demise and... Well, hold on. How guaranteed are we to see... Oh, we're not. So, yeah, we definitely hold over 1 Crushing Demise. As funny as it would be to Bramble Lash, I want credit for the kill. And I completely, once again, forgot about the Incant Shard like a scrub. So, ignore me. It should be fine, though. It should be absolutely fine. Alright. Watch your shards, kids. Alright, Fade's gonna die, so hold over the Crushing Demise. Draw all the cards. Watch the world die. Incant Shard. Alright. Let's see. 2. Okay, that's going to cost 1 to reform. Alright. I don't think we get tricky here. I think we just stick with the traditional plan. Come up, kill off Little Fade. Come down. Actually, no, we can get tricky. We can get tricky. Let's do it. Let's do it again. We're going to hold over both Crushing Demises doing this, but I'm okay with that, actually. And now we reform. Now Fade should be more than ready to handle Archus. Not on the bottom floor, but we'll definitely get him mid. Kill. Reform. Kill and reform. Yeah, we'll definitely get him mid. And even if we didn't incant this up to 3, he still has a spell shield on. So once again, piercing or nothing. Wait, how are you not dead? Archus, your stubborn refusal to die annoys me. I guess it's the shards. I guess him being up to 32 is just enough. Nothing here for our mission. And as tempting as it is to maybe take Ember here, we really, really want to draw as many cards as we can every turn. Alright, here we have a Merchant of Magic, an artifact, and some money. Over here we can speculate on artifacts with a whole bunch of money that we have. But that's a Merchant of Magic shop, and I still have one more card that I want to make absolutely free. So let's make sure we can do that. Take our shards. We're up at 75 now. We have to get 25 here. It's starting to look a bit troublesome, but I think we can do it, especially since we have the Bramble Lash in hand, if both of these just happen to be spell damage. What's in the Hoard? Mark of an Exile. That means Fade lives a long time in the mid rounds, but at that point, yeah, I mean it's better than hitting to the face because we're not looking to hit to the face. So let's take the Mark of the Exile. All right, free Hallowed Halls. Let's get it done. We are looking really hot now. Don't move on without upgrading. Little Licorice 3. Quick welfare check. 176 times 2 spikes damage, enough to kill literally anything in this game but a mini-boss on Divinity, so I feel very, very confident about our victory in this expert challenge. Okay, here's another part where my inexperience is going to make a difference here, because for a Mark of Invasion on this ring, I have no idea what actually shows up. And since I can't evaluate that, I'm not going to take the trial. It's not like we need the 400 gold anyway. We're flush. So let's just move on and secure the win that we know we already have. Kill. Reform. Kill and reform. And look at that. We are now at the point where we are clearing the entire bottom line round 1. Kill the collector for money. Kill and reform. Wilt Wings. You know what I'm going to do? Since I have plenty of reform, I'm going to play it safe. Go ahead and, well, no. If I kill him off, I only take the 10 damage. There really is no solution to this, unfortunately. So we're going to have to go up mid. That's fine. No. We have options here. I think what I'm going to do is just play it smart. Hold over one of our crushing demises. Reform here. Take our 2 kills. Draw some cards. And we're defending mid now. Now that I've seen these Wilt Wings, I'm sure that's probably what spawns, and we made the right decision not to take this. Stupid risks are just that, stupid. So at this point, if we kill and reform, she is going to have 31 hit points. I'm going to take 10 here from the explosion, 15, 20. Nah, that's not enough. So what we're going to do, let's go ahead and kill off one of these things. I was hoping it'd be the Wilt Wing, but what are you going to do? Reform. Hallowed Halls. Draw, draw, and draw. And we just continue to hold the line mid. Alright. Hold over the Crushing Demise so that we have it. We kill everything here. So let's just keep progressing Little Fate. Draw our cards. And get ready for the boss. Kill. Reform. I have the X, but I just want to flex a little bit just once. That should be enough. We have 2 held over Crushing Demises. We have absolutely no need for a third. And nothing here. All right, moment of truth. Do we have enough shards? All we have over here is money. We have the Hellvent over here, which is huge value for us right now. Merchant of Magic says hold over. Holdovers just win more at this point, I think. All right, let's see them shards. Yes, we're good. Put them both in the Bramble Lash. Worst case scenario, we probably could have used the Hellvent to duplicate the card for more shards, but we hit our 100, so we're fine. But look how tight that was. That got dicey there in the end. And now we get rid of this Bramble Lash. Do we have any root seeds at this point that are not free? Okay. Let's make them free. And we're done with our magic shops. Hellvent. As if there were any doubts as to what we were going to duplicate here. What's in the trinket shop? Nothing I can use. No tombs, no units, and I think we're beyond Lightstone casing at this point. And a whole bunch more stuff that we can't even use. So, at this point, I'm done. Let's go meet Seraph. Question 1, every single round. What do we feed Seraph? I think the answer to that question for now is a root seeds. We can afford to lose a root seeds here. All right, we're going to consume our root seeds so that we can hallowed halls without purging it. All right, we only get the 1 kill, but that's not surprising. We're doing all right. We have Sinner's Salve. We can hold mid as long as we need. And even if we didn't, we have a practically free deck, so we would have been fine even without. Reform. Don't be scrubby. Kill. Reform. Wait for the hallowed halls. All right. At this point, We do not really need 2 crushing demises again in this fight, so we're going to go ahead and just send 1. Let her eat it. Reform top. Just in case there's an incanter down there that I missed, let's do our root seeds now before killing her off again. Reform here. And continuing on. Get rid of our Vengeful Shart and our self-mutilation. Alright. This time around, I believe, let us just feed her a primitive mold. We'll hold over our Crushing Demise and save 15 damage to the pyre here. Root seeds, root seeds. Reincarnate, reincarnate. Continue to hold mid. Alright, we are now down to almost single digits. Vengeful Shark goes away. Alright. What are we feeding her? We have 3 waves remaining. What have we already fed her? Okay. I think at this point we're thin enough we don't really need to draw, so let's feed her root seeds. Now the question becomes, do we Crushing Demise and Hallowed Halls, or just Hallowed Halls? I think we hold over the Crushing Demise regardless and just reform. We should have more than enough to kill. At this point, we have 3 in our deck that we didn't draw, so that's actually kind of scary. We actually have to Crushing Demise here, so I was probably going to feed it to her anyway. I think we're good. And that was actually a really strange bit of RNG on that hand. Okay, having all of these in our hand is a little bit scary. We're going to feed her, I think, a primitive mold. We're going to take 15 damage to the pyre. I'm okay with that. We have plenty. Take it nice and slow so you don't waste any. Thank you, Switch. Continue to take our kills, make our Divinity fight just a little bit easier. Feed her molded because it no longer matters. Oh, we actually got the kill on mid. We were safe all along. Mid by Seraph. Last stop. Final Divinity. All we have to do now is not lose. So let's slow down the play just a little bit. Because once we get our engine going, it's very easy to misclick. Damage shields are going to be a bit of an issue. We only have the one kill and reform, so we're going to be fighting mid, it looks like. Especially with those damage shields. So this is going to start looking a little bit different. Whenever we hit our crushing demise, we're basically going to hit it on the floor that we are on. And this is purely a defensive measure to make sure that too many enemies from the waves don't go by early. Because damage shields are a thing, there's very little that can be done. We're going to take some here, but that's fine. At this point, I think we just let mid go. Crushing demise number 1. Can I reform? I can. Crushing demise number 2. Reform. Reincarnate. And now we're looking pretty good. We just continue to hold mid. Keep it going. Keep the pace slow. Every step is deliberate. And look at that, we are almost there already. Do I seriously only have the one reform here? Well, it doesn't matter, it's over anyway. I could just press Y, but I want to kill the mini-boss because I want to kill the mini-boss for free. And this is the end of Divinity. I don't even really need to do that. I don't know why I'm wasting everybody's time. And that is Evil Eyes taken down. I thank you for joining me on my very first episode of this new series, Monster Train Easy Expert Challenges. I will probably re-record this video in the future, somewhere down the line, remaster it once I've had proper opportunity to rest from my hospital stay and fully recover. But for now, this one's in the can, and I look forward to showing you episode 2.